Pistacia chinensis is Chinese pistache. This is a great tree for our area, central Oklahoma. It is a 20 to 40 feet high, this rounded crown. Eventually you can walk under this plant, so it will grow up to the point where you can it can be a canopy above. It's kind of a fine texture foliage. The foliage on the plant is, this is the complete leaf right here, would be the stem right here with an alternate leaf arrangement on the stem. But the leaf itself is pinnate, once compound, so you have the centeraceous and then the lanceolate-shaped leaflets coming off of that. It has a really distinct odor, kind of like freshly cut grass, sort of, but the odor stays with the plant all year round. And the leaves keep this nice sort of dark green all through the heat of the summer. This plant does best in full sun, and it allows it to grow up to be a canopy tree. The stem on the plant is kind of a tan color, then maturing to kind of a brownish gray, and then the bark is kind of a furrowed a bit, almost like flattened ridges that look a little bit like scales. Occasionally you see a little bit of a reddish tone on the underbark. The buds are sort of a rounded bud. There's a distinct, significant terminal bud on this plant. So when you're trying to identify the plant, what you'll see is the leaves coming off from the sides of the stems, and always this dormant terminal bud, which is for the next year's growth, developing on the end of the stem. Even when you have the flowers, and this plant is dioecious, so you'll have the female flowers and the male flowers. You can't really see it clearly in this picture, but these flowers come off the sides of the stems, and there'd be a terminal bud right here, terminal bud right here. So this is a really good ID feature for this. On the female plants, after the flowers have matured and moved on to the next stage of development, you have this sort of a berry type fruit that starts out kind of green and then purplish red and matures to this sort of blackish color. The fall color is one of the great reasons for this plant. It's anywhere from this sort of blazing orange to a deep red. Occasionally you'll get a plant that is just sort of a yellow fall color. So it's not completely consistent. I'd say about 85% of the time you have an orange to a red fall color, but then you'll have that, 15% or less where you'll just kind of get kind of a golden yellow fall color for the plant.